Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Blood Omen. I almost said Mass Effect, but that's not right at all. Last time I lamented about not having friends with. This time I've got 3 of them. We've got Thor.
Hello.
The Games Librarian.
Howdy doody.
And the Games Guild.
Well met.
Yes, as we venture on through the land of Nosgoth, Kain begins his quest to restore the pillars. Because according to Ariel, that is the only way he will be freed from his curse of vampirism, which won't be mentioned at all again in the series.
Vassabunt lay, its glory now stained and faded, a faithful child in the looming shadow of Nupraptor's retreat. The town of Stentioncrow bore with it the infamous aroma of its inhabitants. In life, I would not have graced the place with my presence. In death, I merely added to the stench.
Sounds like New Orleans. I'm not even making a joke there. I've been there once. Pre-flood. It's bad.
Is it the stench coming off the Mississippi?
I guess. It definitely had an aroma to it, so I feel like Kain could be describing New Orleans.
The bastards in Stentioncrow shun me as Nosgoth shuns them. I know what it means to be an outsider vampire. I fear you not. But remember this, there are others who will speak to you, so long as you know how to look.
Awesome. Apparently that guy's a madman.
This lunatic was delighted to see me. Perhaps his madness would reveal a greater truth.
Well, we will see how that works out at some point. And I was wrong. I guess I am showing one of the rooms with naked people portraits. Huh.
Ooh.
I thought I wasn't showing that off in this LP. Oh well. Whatever.
Secret door.
That must be one of those buildings that leads to another area. I mentioned that last video that there are those buildings that I will have to show off. So now we are looking for a human disguise power.
Yeah,
I
again,
wonder where you'll get that from.
something they could have used in Blood Omen 2.
Yep.
It was so bizarre of how many design choices they got rid of in the sequel.
The gypsies, purveyors of distrust and superstition. Most of their babble should be taken with a pinch of salt, since the gypsies often tinker with weary travelers' minds. However, a few gypsies have something interesting to say.
Well, we don't plan on talking to them. However, once I finish off this guy, we are going to go into this tent here.
There are benefits to traveling beneath a human guise. The threat to my person is lessened, and much information can be gleaned. However, the illusion is flimsy, and any act of aggression on my part can break the spell.
Awesome. And the fun part about this is, if you leave the guard outside when you walk in here, he'll see a vampire walk in to a place where there's a vampire disguise spell and not notice anything when some dude walks out. You would think somebody would have a few questions to ask after seeing that.
Nupraptor's keep lay west of Vassabunt. I would seek to cut the cancer from its heart.
Awesome. But you're right, there were a number of mechanics they had in this game that would have been really cool to see in Blood Omen 2 or Defiance. That sadly we never get. And yeah, I am cutting any of my trips through a lot of these buildings unless it serves a purpose. That's just to save time. Oh, don't walk into the water.
That's my trick.
The wind carried screams from the west. I couldn't help but smile. Someone else in this world was suffering more than I.
Oh, Kain, the original emo. I'm so unhappy. I'm this uber powerful vampire. Woe is me.
See, I thought he sounded more a bit happy with the suffering. That's not usually how emos are they? They just keep complaining about, oh, woe is me, but, you know, he's delighting in the fact that someone else is suffering.
Yeah, he mentioned he was suffering. That was where the whole joke came from. Yeah, no, I don't think he minds the suffering of the other people.
I'd say that's more metal.
Actually, I think you're right. He's happy about it, yeah.
The gaping maw of Nupraptor's retreat rained upon Nosgoth all his pain and misery. The disease begged to be cleansed.
Well, we will do what we can about that. There's a save point if you want to use it, and then we will proceed forward.
And you've de-transformed.
Yep. Oh god, this area. Fucking hell. Yeah, you definitely need the light spell for this area. A lot of water, a lot of traps. I am using cheats, so that makes this a lot better for me, but still, it's annoying to navigate.
I mean, I'm actually playing this on my own in between times at the moment, and I haven't got to this part yet.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm not going to be doing this with cheats. You're going to be watching this complete failures that's going on.
Yeah. That's perfectly fine.
Better me than you.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't have time for the failure. I'm just doing this for the story. Some of this audio sounds like it belongs in Vordor's place. All the screams and everything. And if you folks don't know who Vordor is, you will meet him later. We have already seen his handiwork.
There's that stock sound.
Yep. I don't think Kain and think kind sir.
It makes me laugh though, like, civilians in town, when they see him as a vampire, attack him. But these guys all chained up and that, call him kind sir, please save us. Even though if they've watched the guy next to him get fed on by him.
Maybe death is just a reprieve for them, considering the suffering they're going through.
But don't they come back as ghosts?
I mean, that's a guess. I don't know. And yes, he is right. They do come back as ghosts. It seems odd that this place has so many people chained up. Almost like it's a game mechanic.
Ooh, they funked it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of odd.
It does make one wonder why there's so many people trained up in these torture chambers. Or rather, death trap gauntlets.
Yeah. Seems a bit odd, and I believe we are in essentially the Nosgothian sewers at the moment.
Seems strange to put a load of death traps in the sewers.
You would think. I would hate to be a sewer worker, but then again, I find it hard to believe an area like this would have sewers given the time frame that I assume this game takes place in, or at least is inspired by.
Sewers aren't a new invention. They had them in the Crusade times where there was empty drills. So
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, color me wrong then, or something to that effect.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Mr. Never Wrong.
You dare intrude upon my sanctuary? Can I not mourn in peace? Leave and let my solitude be complete.
I say that to people at work all the time. Leave and let my solitude be complete. They don't listen. Dicks.
I've done a bit of more research. The earliest sewer was developed in the 3rd millennium BCE.
Does it say where?
And it was found present-day Pakistan, where they found it.
Ah, your favorite people, the Pakis.
Oh, damn. I'm guessing you're going to cut that part out.
I can. I wasn't going to, but I
You don't want to
can.
get monetized. can get done for hate speech on that one.
Fair
Yeah,
enough. Fair
that
enough.
will definitely
All right, fair enough.
be grounds for.
All right, fair enough.
Like YouTube themselves might give you a strike for that, to be honest. So
Yeah, we don't want your channel striked.
yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough. When I get to editing this, yeah, I'll go ahead and take that out.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No, you're not. But
The best part is I'm going to have to cut out a little more of that because some of the things that we said would probably give away what I was saying. So,
Well, I haven't said it, so
yeah.
Nah, just leave it in and let people wonder.
Fair enough.
I came upon one of Nupraptor's serving girls, catatonic with fear, choking out half words through bloodied, broken teeth. Although tempted by hunger, I stayed my hand, allowing her to tell her story. She spoke of her lord Nupraptor, driven to insanity by the brutal slaying of his beloved Ariel. She spoke of his self-mutilation, sewing his eyes and lips shut to deny the outside world. Fueled by despair and hopelessness, he turned his magic on the circle, infecting their minds with his madness. Nupraptor cared for nothing now, save his pathetic self-pity. Scars such as hers would never heal. Death would only be a mercy.
Pretty much. So, thanks to that information, her reward is death.
I did something nice for someone.
Well, they do say, please help me, kind sir, so I feel like Kain is helping.
Yeah, but he said they did her a mercy.
Yep.
See, he's not such a bad guy after all.
Well, that goes into what we were talking about before with these people. Assuming they're all tortured and everything, then he's probably doing them a service by just going ahead and ending their suffering. I hate when they have these monsters that you can't feed off of.
They'll fix that in the next Blood Omen, though. You can feed off monsters. If I remember right.
Yeah, you're correct on that. Even though sometimes it doesn't make sense in terms of vampire lore.
The cretin squandered life and left it seeping on the floor. Such waste was a travesty. Perhaps Nupraptor needed to be taught a lesson as to the value of blood.
And if anybody hates the wasting of blood, that would be Kain. Which means he would hate Janos. Oh, just wait until we get to Soul Reaver 2, then you'll know what I'm talking about.
That is one I have actually played, but it's been a long while now.
Okay, well then when we get there, then you'll be at least semi-familiar with it.
The mentalist Nupraptor was renowned through Nosgoth for his tricks of the mind, telepathy and telekinesis. Pilgrims traveled from all across the land seeking the comfort of his lies. I sought not his wisdom, but his life.
I love how we get this energy bolt spell and all we do is use it to flip switches.
Behold my power to flip this switch.
Yep. Oh god, this area. I think this is the area where we have to unlock 4 doors in order to get in that area right there at the top.
I remember going through this.
Yeah, it's not difficult, it's just annoying. So this first one just has some dues to take out. I'm honestly not even sure what you're supposed to do to unlock these doors because I can't see the locks. I'm assuming you just walk over them.
Step on the magic pressure plate.
Yeah, I think so. And that was one already. A few of these are gimmicky. Some of them you fight enemies and that's it. This one, do not use the light spell in here. I made that mistake my first attempt at this.
see, now I'm going to have to use it because I want to see what it does.
Okay. You can already see what it does right there because the light spell is on still. Alright, so...
Oh.
Yep. So you just need to walk until you get the next switch to flip, and then you move forward. We were getting so irritated with when he was playing this.
Yes, it wasn't lighting up the segments. I must have kept missing the switch.
That does happen. Well, it happened to me there.
So what happens? Does it just reset every time?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So that's the only issue. Oh, okay. I thought you meant like it was like a trap.
Yeah, you don't die or anything like that. It just resets you and it gets really annoying and makes this take longer than it needs to. And Thor, I think you and I were like, damn it, Chris, just save state first.
Yeah.
This area totally reminds me of when I was doing the Eternal Prison.
Ah.
And you had to go through some appearing gates. And you had to choose the right direction.
Yeah, my mind's drawing a blank on that area right now. That will be Blood Omen 2, which is already up on my channel. So anybody watching this, you'll get to see that if you're watching the series in order, or you can watch it now.
With Thor's commentary.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's right. You've also done this game. You and Thor did it, so. So you've got two options for LPs to watch.
Watch them both.
True, you could do that. I will admit, you're the one that plays it without save states. I will give you credit for that. I did not do that.
It was the PC version. I couldn't save it.
When conjured,
Yeah.
the energy bank permits me access to mass amounts of magical energy for a brief period of time. However, when the moment passes, I will be drained of all magic, unable to cast even the simplest of spells.
That is yet another ability I've never used in this game.
And you got infinite magic, so you can just cheese it.
That too, yeah. I got something last video, which you walk around in this area that almost looks like Stonehenge. And you get this ability to slow down time or something like that. I never knew that was even in the game. Or at least I didn't remember it was in there.
That's always a handy ability to have to slow down time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to try using that at some point. I've got everything through video 8 recorded for this LP already, so once I get back to this, I'm gonna have to try to use some of those abilities.
Aye.
But it does make me wonder what you were saying earlier. Blood Omen 2 took out so much of this stuff. And it's a damn shame.
Maybe they just thought to streamline it or something.
I don't know what they thought, to be honest. I think it was a completely new studio that did it.
A new
be honest,
team, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Really don't know what they were thinking, going the route that they did.
Yeah. So the idea here is you use your wolf form to jump over all these things. I said, fuck that. Walk over spikes, cheat. I'm good.
Nice.
Although I did miss the switch and have to come back in here, so I did dub that in from my original LP. It's this one coming up right here. I did not see that at all. So.
Totally seamless transition.
Yep, I was about to say the same thing. But I can't make out his wolf form, this flooring, and the spikes all at the same time. It all looks the same to me, pretty much. But there, I decided to show how you're supposed to do that. I don't know what I'm doing here.
You're trying to pick up that potion, but I think you're full.
Ah. I love how he figures out what I was trying to do and I can't remember.
Nupraptor, the mentalist. Even
Yep.
though...
One thing I found funny, I didn't realize the PC version has extra dialogue compared to the PS1 version.
Oh, really? No, I did not know that.
Yeah, at that part at the start of the game where you go look at the different pillars, not only does he say the pillar of balance, the pillar of time, he'll list off the guardian for each pillar.
Oh, yeah?
He doesn't do that on the PS1 version.
Oh, you're already getting robbed.
Yeah, I had to download an audio file of all the dialogue so that I can add it in. Damn shame.
That's the sort of quality you get from Reaver. He goes out of his way to add extra stuff that ain't in the game. Just for you viewers at home.
I do what I can, at least. So this place is a giant skull, essentially. And we are getting close to the top of that skull, so you can look through the eye sockets.
You are lost beyond all help.
He doesn't say anything this time, but the next one he will. Oh, and there was something else I missed in there. There are 2 power-ups. I think you have to get them in order to progress, because otherwise there's a door that's locked.
Should this object strike an enemy, rot and decay would instantly eat their flesh and leave only a pool of blood and tissue. For a time after, the toxins are still active and therefore lethal to the touch.
Yet another ability I would like to see in modern graphics.
From the depths of the retreat's eye sockets, I viewed Nosgoth in a different fashion. The glass seemed to warp the image and taint the color, as if Nosgoth needed assistance in making its corruption apparent.
He's already disgruntled with Nosgoth. It's almost like he thinks he knows how to rule it and run it better. And we might see the results of that later on in the series. I think we can all guess what kind of a ruler Kain would be already. And history has shown that places ruled by leaders, like I think we can all imagine Kain would be, those places end up prospering, right? Right? Well, we will have to see when we get to Soul Reaver. Alright, there's a save point, so you can imagine that means something important's gonna happen.
I can hear ladies chanting.
Yep. I was debating whether or not I wanted to embarrass Thor and say something on video, but I'll save it till after.
Thank you.
So, Malik, have you come to fail the circle once more? Leave, Paladin. I do not need your protection. Come, Kain. Come, share my pain.
How the hell does he know Kain's name? Unless it has something to do with that glowy bit on his head.
So, this was the mentalist Nupraptor, this broken, pathetic little man. Yet crippled as he was, he would not yield without battle. Very well, old fool. If it is death you seek, I will not deny you.
That was an accident. I did not mean to have the one-hit kill cheat on when dealing with him. But it happened.
It's still attacking you after he's dead.
Yeah, it's really bizarre.
Perhaps the head of her beloved will convince Ariel that I have accomplished my task.
Excellent. So these things are not supposed to be still going at this point, but, well.
Yeah, you confused the game.
Yep.
I don't think you'll be able to get away with that on some of the bosses, because some of the bosses on this game you're not meant to win.
The mace is amongst my most useful of weapons, for it merely stuns my victims, allowing me ample time to feed.
The maces are pretty fucking sweet. I believe I start using them next video. And yeah, they're pretty cool. They can smash stuff, which is always nice. A lot of these different weapons that we're going to get will allow us to open up other areas we couldn't get to before.
Don't the miss also allow for stunning enemies instead of outright killing them?
Yep, that's what he mentioned before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're correct. And I still find it funny they wasted money on CG for this.
And disk space.
Yeah.
It's the rule of cools.
For its time, I would think this was pretty cool.
Thankfully, it's pre-rendered, so you know it's not rendered in engine. Because then, yeah, that would have killed the system.
Yeah.
Was that just a cutscene of him attempting to be running straight towards the pillars?
Flying, he's got a bat form.
Ah, cool.
I placed Nupraptor's head before the Pillar of the Mind, and watched on as it dissolved into the stone. The pillar accepted its offering. Thus, it was restored. Nupraptor was but the genesis. Forever tainted by his madness, the circle was beyond redemption. For them, absolution lay only in death. In me, they would find their deliverance. But first I had to defeat their shepherd. Malik, defender of the Nine, lay in a keep to the far north, past Vassabunt. It was time for me to test the wrath of the Pillar of Conflict.
Death in the circle breathes life to the pillars. For every pillar there is a token. Only with these shall they be restored. But to reach a warrior, you must first breach his ward. Find Malak and destroy him. Only then will the circle fall.
You know what we will be attempting to do next time. Thanks for watching, and we will see y'all then with more Blood Omen.
Have a good day.
Godspeed.
Mm-hmm.
To hell and back. Or something, I don't know.
What's Helen got to do with it?
Everything.
Who knows?